He'll bring it out. It's Bryant. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Moore will throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Looking left. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to 4.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Give to the running back from the shotgun. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry up.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lacey. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Lee. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly. And
touchdown, Ole Miss! A great catch and run for 6.
And the defense has to be able to do a better job on the back end, tackling this receiver and keeping him out of the end zone.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. 25-yard line, and this offense has an explosive play early in the drive. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
And after having a nice gain like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Fires to the big fella. A pickup of 5 marks it at the 36-yard line. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Moore to the air. Starting to feel a little pressure. Got his man on the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
Yeah, so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past in Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Gets it to him on the screen. Breaks into the open. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UMass is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sam the Minuteman isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by a field goal over Temple. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? From the gun, running back on the move. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Fourth down, trying to find his man. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now.
Touchdown, Rebels! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
And the extra point is good. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got the quick pass. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback be going the other direction.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Well, you saw that broken tackle, David. This defense has to do a real good job with gang tackling to stop this guy.
You cannot assume one guy's going to get him to the ground. Everybody's got to swarm to the football, all eyes on him, and play physical.
The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle's going to be made.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. The give from the gun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Moore will throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He couldn't find anywhere to go with the ball. Bought time for a second, but finally just went down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Timeout, Ole Miss.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Stewart. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming.
I mean, the great news is you just came up with a huge completion on third down, but the bad news is you're still miles away from picking up this first because of how poor you were first and second down. Moving forward in this game, the offense has got to do a better job early in the drive to at least give them a chance to have some success.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Wide receiver comes in motion. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Ducks looking to convert on fourth down. He wants to change this route. On fourth down, looking to pass. Converts on fourth down, still going. Wide open spaces. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks!
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Extra point here will tie the game. And right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Going downfield for the big play. Makes the grab on the left side. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Bryant. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback making checks. Moore to the air. Quick completion on the outbound. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that.
I'll tell you, I know they're losing the game. It's only the first half, but this offense, obviously, they've spent some time practicing 2-minute throughout the week. You can see they're really in rhythm, they're really in focus, and they're attacking the right areas of the field in order to try to maintain as much clock as possible.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Whittington. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. The quick out. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing it his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Moore will throw. Quickly to the tight end. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Ducks want to move quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through.
Looking for the end zone. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
downfield again. Quickly complete. Hustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Moore to the air. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oregon.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Baylor took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Bears that fired on all cylinders. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Lost a throw on first down. With the catch, it's Wallace. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Looking for a crease, it's Lacey. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. To the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense. The Rebels moving quickly to the line.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
And those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Makes the catch. It's Benson. There he goes. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. substitution from the wide receiver. Making side adjustments here. Moore will throw. That's caught. It's Benson. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. The Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Go straight ahead. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field. We are ready for the finish as the 4th quarter gets underway. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Ducks! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On to attempt the try. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Now on the move. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. Looking to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Wallace. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the Rebels will hustle to the line.
Nice job. this offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Wallace. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Inside the 45. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Lee. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Rebels.
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. It doesn't matter where he lines up. They find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
He'll bring it out. It's Bryant. He'll go out of bounds at his own 10-yard line, and that was hardly the return they were looking for. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And the Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback may change this route. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I think the biggest thing you're probably disappointed in on offense is your lack of success running the football. And they've tried to give this guy the ball a few times in this game. Here we are in the 4th quarter. Still not
Turning it on! And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Moore to the air. Trying to set up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Lost the fire on 2nd down. Time to take a shot. Hits him inside the 20, still going.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, you got to get that fixed.
And the Ducks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Moving toward the end zone, ball out. And the offense will maintain possession. Son, that ball must be riveted to your ribcage. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Score is deadlocked, and we're running out of time.
Here we go.
Quarterback duplicitous in his dealing. Some would even say sneaky.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Timeout, Oregon.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. They're celebrating on the sideline after taking the lead, but still time on the clock.
How about the kicker coming through in a must-have moment? They had to have this kick to take the lead late in the ball game. All the pressure, give me all the pressure, and he comes through in the clutch.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Quarterback empties his backfield. These corners backing off a bit. He wants to throw it. He wants a big play here late. Snags it down the right side. Hauls it in and wisely gets out of bounds as they try to put together a late drive. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. It's Picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
We've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
Opening play of the drive from the 39. Trying to beat him to the left. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Davison. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another...